get a Steam notification. In the meantime, we can take a look back where we are over here. Let me know if that didn't go through for some reason. Yep, okay. I thought it should be pretty quick. Well, congratulations. For those of you that are new here, I'll probably be giving away something periodically. I have a few things in my inventory, and some of the donations that I get will be turned into Steam, either Steam gift cards or Steam games as well. I'm not in this to make money. I have fun streaming because having the audience is always fun, and getting the interaction is really been a blast since I started it here a couple weeks ago with EU4. So that's the main thing the donations are there for. Somebody had asked about it. I threw it up. So as I get those will be fed right back into the channel. But back to Devil, Synaptic, Cyber. It's time to decide whether it's time to attack Orissa. Orissa's not in a great situation. They've been at war for a while already. They're still only allied with... Well, nope, I take that back. They're now allied with a few people that we do need to be concerned with. Mainly Delhi, I guess. Although Tibet out there is relatively big, they're pretty much out of the way as well. I'm not too concerned about Tibet. Delhi is another matter. They are an ally of ours as well. But they probably like us a little bit less because we made a separate peace. Let's take a look and see who... We're no longer allied to Jaunpur because they were on the opposite side of the Malawal War. So our current allies are Kachar and Delhi. Oh, and you need to decide, Synaptic. Do you want to spend the points on the idea group or save them for our Diplotech? Next Diplotech only gives us embassies at the moment. But obviously it's a stepping stone to the next tech. The next idea gives us a bit of colonial range plus global trade power as our first national idea. You also need to let me know what we want to do for an additional alliance. So we have a free alliance now. Okay, well it's both. It gives us both the colonial range and the trade power because of our national idea. So sounds good. Global trade power 10% and colonial range 50%, which will actually still not quite put the tip of Indonesia into our colonial range. That might change once we finish coring the Andamans. Oh, it does, however, give us a range to hit western or the eastern coast of Africa. Something to consider. We are still allied with them. We have a bit of a negative hit for the separate peace. Our improved relations has almost been whittled down, so we can certainly throw one of our advisors back up there to improve that. We've lost our alliance with Jaunpur because they were on the opposite side of the Malwa war. Of course, they're looking like they're about ready to disappear. The thing is, right now, Delhi is also allied with Orissa. They're allied with us, so it's a toss-up which side of the war they would join. I'm guessing at this point if we went to war with Orissa, they would actually join on the side of Orissa because they're currently fighting alongside Orissa against Malwa. I said Orissa is also allied with Tibet, which really doesn't bother me so much, and Kathiawar, and that doesn't bother me, although they may be making a land grab in Malwa themselves. They're looking like they're growing again too. We could go back to war with Malwa as far as that goes. Now that I look at it, our truce with Malwa's expired, so we could actually grab more of that land without any alliance issues, other than Chagatai, which again I'm not concerned with them. They're way up there, so that might actually be the best thing. Our religious conversion of Ceylon is almost complete. There we go. And that should remove the revolt risk down in Ceylon. Well, they've got a small revolt risk. Call to arms from Kachar. Come to the aid of the conflict against Shan and the Mongol. Where's the Mongols? Now the Shan I'm not worried about. I wonder where the Mongols are. Way up there. Okay, I'm not worried about them. Any issues with supporting Kachar in their war? I don't see us actually playing any real role in it, to be honest. Yeah, like I said, we're really not going to play any role in it. I suppose if he actually got invaded, we could land some troops as a counter invasion force, but that would be about it. I don't see us actually really moving into Shan or the Mongol. Obviously not the Mongols. They're well out of any kind of range we need to worry about. Fleet is ready again. See if we can sail up along the Horn of Africa, Ethiopian coast and see what's up there. Khorasan, the end of religious turmoil. Persia's been pretty quiet here recently, haven't they? Timurids too. Oh, look at the horde. Pretty big horde forming up there, it looks like. Diego Garcia is growing nicely. For completion, 50% there. Our administrative power is up to a third of what we need. Disputed successions. Arakan has a disputed succession. Really don't need to do too much about Mongol Khanate as a disputed succession as well. Got Adal, Oman, Swahili, Hejaz, Mamluks. Still no +2 admin advisors. What's our inflation sitting at? Once it gets down below 1, I'll consider replacing the admin advisor with a admin cost reduction. I think our next exploration is going to be back into the Indonesian area. See what we can discover. Probably going to run somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour on for tonight. King said to keep their unruly nobles in line through many methods. One was cold, hard cash. I think we've seen this one before. Oh, just a second, I'm tangled up in my mic. Nobles would demand increased pensions in exchange for relinquishing certain rights. Well, we definitely don't want to lose stability, I don't think. National tax modifier for 20 years. Ugh. Tax income is 9.8, so that would be basically take it down to 8.8. The stability is going to be about the same, I would imagine. Stability of 2. Is national tax modifier of 20 versus... we'll lose a lot more by losing stability. We'll lose trade power, revolt risk. Yeah, we're just going to take the tax modifier. It's going to be a slight positive that way over what it would be. Okay, Malwa accepted peace with Delhi. Ceded 1, 2... They only ceded 2 territories. Malwa annulled their... That's good for us. Malwa annulled their treaties with Chagatai. That gives lets them fall ripely into our hands if we decide to press the issues with Malwa now, which we're able to do. So I have to see what everybody thinks about that. Malwa no longer has any alliances, and our truce with them is over. Delhi's improving relations with us. Tibet broke their alliance with Orissa. Khandesh entered an alliance with Orissa. Starting to uncover the lands up in to the north. Wow, look at that advisor, Monarch 566 for Nepal. We have gained the conquest Cassius Belli against Nepal. Jaunpur white peace with Nepal. How did we get a CB against Nepal? Huh. Oh, because that's one of our claims is Hindustan. That's why we got a CB against Nepal. So lots of things opening up to us. Of course, we're still at war with John. Well, there's the invasion that we were talking about. We're going to go ahead and support them. Khandesh, yeah, they had basically got added a province to them. Oh my. The horde is growing. We got ourselves a horde to the north. Okay, we're going to go ahead and aid our allies over there. Got 7 transports here. We'll transport two stacks of 7. Oh, looks like he got his own troops over there. Never mind. Okay, with that in mind, we'll just park. We don't need to worry about that. They've got their own territory defended. I was going to go defend them. How's our explorer doing here? Back to full strength. Let's see what else we can see down here. Cyber, are you still here? Okay. We have potential to attack Malwa or Orissa at this point. Our truces have expired. Malwa no longer has any allies, so they would actually be ripe pickings. Orissa has a couple allies, primarily Delhi. It would be a toss-up which way Delhi leaned as far as whether they would join us or join Orissa. Malwa? Okay. I'm going to wait till Siddhartha gets back. I don't think he weighed in on that, so we'll grab him in that real quick. Devil. Unless Devil has something to add. We are in theory assisting our allies Kachar here, but they've got things well under control, so I didn't bother sending anything over. Still no +2 advisors. Nothing but +2 advisors for military. They shouldn't have much of an army left either after that last war. Either. I don't know if you caught it, but the Horde just expanded a significant amount here at the expense of Chagatai. Settlers in Diego Garcia. Oh, that is a first. I don't think I've ever seen Diego Garcia have anything other than fish or naval supplies. Diego Garcia is producing spices now. What trade node are you in? Ceylon, I presume? Yes. Good. More spices for our primary trade node. Got plenty of islands down there. They're still slightly out of colonial range. How's our core doing? We only have 65% cored in our islands up here. Once those islands are cored, that'll probably open up the eastern tip here for colonization. Oh, that's right. We don't need to form claims anymore. Raja, let's see. Naj accepted peace with Oman. Full annexation was demanded. Oman's expanding at the expense of others. I presume we're going to gold to take Bidar and maybe Marathwada. Would probably be the ideal. What the heck is Maka Sol, an inland territory, doing producing naval supplies? They aren't even heavily wooded. Okay, we're going to go ahead. I know Simnathic said he'd be back in a bit, so we're going to go ahead and start this process. We need to bump our maintenance up. Nope, okay. Just talking about potential expansion here. We're going to grab some more of the Malwar land while they're weak. They have no allies. Their army's pretty much devastated. So we're looking at, I'd say if we went for 2 territories, it would be Badar and Marathwada. 2 grain processes, one of them being a, make sure that's not a capital there, one of them being a pretty good tax base as well. So we're going to do that. get some troops in position here. Keep 2 of them for siege and keep the other stack for roving patrol, I presume. You want the coastal cities? That's certainly possible as well. Deny them access to the sea. I have no problem either way. They're both base 6 tax provinces as well. Their total army is down to 4,000 with 16,000 reserve right now. Hell, do they even have a navy left? They have no navy left either. Well, again, I'm not after a huge land grab here, and that would be the main reason for that. Once we occupy a couple provinces, we'll be able to sue for peace early. I can certainly siege more than 2 provinces at once, yes. Yeah, I'm using transports. So they have no navy, so we don't have to worry about getting attacked. Transports are plenty sufficient to blockade. There's our heavies as well. So we'll move them up. We'll siege the 4 provinces here. See what war score that gets us. As far as the actual settlement, the 2 suggestions that are tabled are the 2 coastals, denying them access to the sea, and the 2 central ones. These are both base 6 tax base cloth provinces. These are both grain provinces, one being a 6 and one being a 2 tax base. Yeah, we can't take more than a couple provinces with still trying to accumulate administrative power. So I certainly don't want to grab a whole lot of territory here. The overextension will absolutely bury us. Move you up there, we'll move you here. They're not going to have any gold left, and getting trade power is a huge task. Let's take a quick look at what they have for... yeah, they have just a small treasury. It might be up to 50 or so by the time we get there. Probably it'll be less because they'll be mass building armies. So if they have 30 left by the time we're ready to peace out, it'll be... we'll see what happens. We're gonna make Surat our goal, I think. I don't think we need to call any of our allies in. Yeah, the big question right now is which 2 provinces do we want to end up taking? Because that'll actually affect our war claim, or our war goal. So do we want the 2 coastals and the slightly higher tax base, or do we want the 2 centrals? Either one gives us fairly contiguous border on either east or west, so that doesn't matter either so much to me. We're eventually going to have them all. Probably the war after this one. We'll have our next tech level in administrative and be able to take on a couple more corps. Okay, so you're both agreed on coastal. That's what we'll do. We'll make Surat our war goal. I'm not going to bother with allies. He has no allies to call on his side, so... I'll let you move into position here. We'll split you. Go there. Send them up into Mandu. That's the bottleneck he'll be coming through if he comes through his territory. We'll use the other unit down here to see Shurat North, whatever that is. Konkan. There's his 4,000 troops running away. He's going to come into East Barar, it looks like. That's fine. We'll catch him there. Delhi, aid in the conflict against Baluchistan. I have no problem with that. They have a navy, I'm sure. That would be our main concern with Baluchistan. One heavy, one light, one transport. Okay, they don't have a navy. They have an army to worry about. 4,000 troops. I have no problem aiding Delhi. Have a good night, boss. Thanks for joining, and hope you enjoyed the stream. And maybe we'll see you next time around. Enjoy the CK2. Looks like we caught the Baluchistan trade fleet out too. Okay, our sieges are going. Is he gonna? He's gonna keep running. See if I can catch him there. Catch him in the middle of the siege. He's not going to stand still for nothing. If he runs again, I'm going to split the army in two and do a pincher movement, but it looks like he's staying put this time. Realized he couldn't outrun us forever. I think we'll take this another half hour probably. Got a small fleet building up there. Let's go, where's our heavies at? Here. Throw our heavies up there and keep his fleet bottled up, just in case he decides to get a little frisky up there. What are you guys doing over here? You're doing quite well. You're just about finished up with Shan. Okay, our administrative power, since we've not been spending it, is ticking up slowly. Our diplomatic's doing well as well. How are we doing? Any neighbor bonuses yet? Hey, we get a small neighbor bonus. Somebody actually got tech level 5 near us. Same thing with Diplo. We're slightly out-teched in Diplo. Oh, and on military. We've fallen slightly behind everybody, it looks like. Or not everybody, but in every area, slightly behind somebody. That's not a big deal. What do we have here? Really? Somebody's playing with spies. And that's what you're for. Welcome. Looked like we had a couple people join. Somebody maybe just joined. MN. Not sure. But welcome to the channel. Got another 30 to 40 minutes left in tonight's stream, I think. As you can see, we have succeeded in forming Hindustan. We did that earlier today. We're now in the process of consolidating some territory. Still trying to catch up on some tech. We spend a significant amount of our administrative power to form Hindustan via the requirement to bump to 3 stability. That was relatively costly in administrative power. We've got our 3rd colony about 2/3 done. Our colonial core, our 2nd colony, is almost cored, which should give us access to some of the Indonesian colonies as well once Diego Garcia is completed. Then we have to decide whether we want to head to the east coast of Africa or into Indonesia for our next colonial venture. Peasants typically had no voice, but they could occasionally gain access to the monarch and ask for redress. Sometimes these requests for redress would be directed to the local lord, who was perceived to be violating the peasants' rights. Stepping in to override a noble's local authority was a very drastic step. Lose prestige or gain a few peasants in Malvana. I really don't want to lose the prestige. I like that 100 prestige up there. Occupied 2 of the territories. We have not occupied our war goal yet, so we got to wait till that goal is accomplished before we take a look at war scores. Well, speaking of which, there it is. Go ahead and finish this siege, and then we'll take a look at war scores. Again, we're only after 2 territories at this point. Let's see, our friends Delhi up here look like they're doing okay for themselves. Looks like Baluchistan has no military left. If we had any interest in expanding, we could certainly move up there, but I have no interest in expanding up there right now. It's going to be costly as it is with this. Let's see what we've got. We could get both the territories that we're after, all the gold. I have no treaties. What would we need for the trade power? We'd need to double our war score. We certainly can do that. That was mentioned earlier. Certainly it won't take long to occupy the rest of their territories. Try to sneak into our our eastern territory, it looks like. Grief. What are you doing, Kachar? Come to the aid against... That's the one that we really don't want to mess with. Defensive war. They're allied with Tibet. Tibet's not a worry. These guys are a worry. I'm not sure we want to be involved in this one. They've got 41,000 troops. And 22 ships. Our navy is about the size of ours, but they've got 41,000 troops. This is the one I was afraid of. I need some advice from my advisors. He's only got 5 transports, so he'd have to actually march through Cathar to get to us, but he could certainly do a number on our trade fleet until they're not all that far away. First of all, their navy is the big thing to worry about. They could cripple our trade for the duration of the war, because that's 2 of our trade nodes there that they could significantly yeah, I'm not worried about their army. Yeah, I'm not worried about their army. It's their navy that is the concern. And like I said, we're actually about equal size navy, but that's still, you know, we could take the trade hit for a bit. That's not a huge deal. And you're right, I don't anticipate them being able to march down anything. So, I don't have too much of a problem with it. Again, we'll just have to pull our trade fleet out, or maybe even consolidate our trade fleet. His total fleet, 3 heavies, 14 lights. So we actually have a slight advantage there, I think, don't we? Yeah, we have an advantage there, 3 heavy and 22 lights. We could actually probably cripple his navy for our contribution. Assuming he doesn't have a great admiral, we should be able to pull together and fight that off. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull our navy over. We'll take the trade hit temporarily. I'm going to wait until our fleet's consolidated here. Or mostly consolidated anyway. At least not hanging out in the open. Yeah, I'm working on it. Where's the rest of... Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Our Navy should be out of immediate danger. Get everything pulled together into one fleet. Might be time to consider an admiral. Admiral. Even if it's only a short-term thing. Oh, wait. We have an explorer. He acts as an admiral. Never mind. Every so often, a country is blessed with honest men working... Oh, this is the opposite of what we've been getting. Honest men working hard for the state. A number of good viceroys across our overseas territory is giving us a real boost. 10% overseas income. Last I looked we didn't, but we lost our Diplo advisor too. Nope, still only +2s. Synaptic, you need to choose another diplomatic advisor here. 2 global trade powers, 1 spy, and 1 relationship advisor. Not adverse to hiring, at least temporarily, a level 2 advisor. We will, when we take 2 more territories here, we certainly will have some aggressive expansion. It won't be much, though. It's not going to be anything to worry about, really. We'll pick up, well, we can take a look and see what it would be right now. Aggressive expansion would only be 22 points of aggressive expansion. Losing at about 3 per year, so it's not going to be anything significant. Dread guy? Okay. I'm going to take the younger of the 2 since they're both the same. They both cost, he cost a couple gold more off the top, but they have both the same maintenance. He'll last a little bit longer. That last one didn't last long at all. Okay. Got the acceptance. Let's see what our navies can do here against... Okay, he's got 1 fire, 1 shock, 3 maneuvers, the big thing. All sorts of, a strange fever has claimed... Oh, great. Of course! I was counting on him! That was our 4 administrative power heir. As the court sheds its clothes for blacker garments, it strikes you what a frail and transient thing life can be. Just as your thoughts are about to turn to the eternal, a young maid catches your eye. Gain a temple, or a new... Oh, a new legal heir with a weak claim appears, but a 5-4-1. Do we want a weak heir, or do we want to take the chance we get another heir with a stronger claim? We are currently 43 years old. I don't think anybody's going to try to claim throne on us if we have a weak claim. Certainly like his stats, 5-4-1. Temple and Diego Garcia isn't going to be very useful either, to be honest. Hell, it's not even a full colony yet. Okay, we're going to have an heir. If I find solace with a young maid, that's my business. Now we have to survive 15 years till he comes of age. Okay, so... We are looking for elephantine ships. Where's his navy at? We can prevent him from crossing troops up from the island, although he doesn't have any troops. We could actually land on the island. To be honest, we could land on the island down here. He can't cross to the island with our ships blockading the strait. So if we wanted to actually take an offensive action, that's always an option. Probably can't do it while we're involved in this war up here, however. We're going to finish off... we only have one siege currently underway. Where's our... there's our main force. I think we need to finish off one of these wars here. I'm going to end this one with our two territories and the gold that we can get. We're not going to get the trade power. It's just taking lands exceed war score. Peace offer value is 72. Actually, you know what? It won't take too long. A couple of those territories fall, and our war score demands will not be incompatible. So I guess we could wait that siege out. We're not expecting any attacks into our territory. And as far as military advisor, go ahead and pick one, even if it's only temporary while we're in the midst of all these wars. That's fine. By the time it comes time to fire them, and we can hopefully have a +1 available. Discipline, okay. Yeah, we just teched up, so we're a ways away there. It all goes by their age. I'm really tempted to push to that administrative tech cost advisor here shortly. Our inflation is not quite down to 1 yet. Maybe once we get down below 1.5, I'll make that change over and get that administrative tech cost. We really need that tech level. We need tech level 7 to get the next idea group. War score is 48 now. Value 72. There's another siege done. So our war score is 57 versus 72. Very close to being able to get that trade power that you were requested. Not going to pull his navy out to play, is he? I gotta make sure we're not at war with anybody else just to bet. Okay. He should be completing his war against Shan here any time now. Doesn't need to be fighting against the Mongols that are well out of sight. There's another siege done. Gives us a 65 war score. One more. Nope, we can do it now. We make sure we have everything selected. We've got our 2 territories we want. We've got our trade power. We've got our gold. Okay, we can peace out, taking everything we want off of Malwa here. They are no longer a naval power. They'll no longer be a naval power. And they'll be giving us 30% of their 50% of their trade for the next 5 years. That'll that will counterbalance some of the loss of trade we're having right now due to this war over here. I would love to find their fleet. Sneak these guys up here and see if we can find their fleet up here somewhere. Move them into the Gulf of Siam. They've got a fleet here somewhere. They've probably got trade ships patrolling. If we could capture or catch one of their trade fleets out patrolling, then you know, we could piecemeal them a little bit. I don't know where their fleet is, though. They're hiding it fairly well. Do they have some offshore territories, maybe? Okay, let's see how bad off we are with overextension. 64% overextension gives us the 3% revolt risk modifier. 64% trade power abroad modifier. Again, that's not a huge hit because we don't have much abroad trade power. Get a negative relations over time and diplomatic relations hit is the main thing right now. So we can withstand that until we get our administrative tech level. Where is their fleet? Okay, Diego Garcia is a colony now. More spices for us. I'm going to go ahead and make the command decision to spend a whopping 2 administrative power to quorum. I think we can afford two administrative power. I was worried about their fleet, but their fleet appears to be a non-factor here. I have no idea where he's hiding them. Yep, Delhi's doing well here against Baluchistan. They should be ending that war here shortly. And okay, they peaced out against Shan, so there's one of the wars gone. So that just leaves them against Ayutthaya. And their cowardly fleet. Okay, we can probably plop a couple more buildings down. A couple places we can build markets, so let's do that. Pouring those right away, so we'll throw some markets at them. Well, I guess we can throw our trade ships back out. I don't see... Come down along the coast here and see if they're hiding along the their western coast. Can't imagine they'd be stuck holed up there, but I have no idea where their fleet is. Oh, look at that, rebels. Too bad for them. That wasn't even our fault. Damn, where the heck are they hiding 20 some odd ships? I've seen one hold up in Malacca. We must have some more land up here somewhere. Let's go up the coast and uncover some of that land. Oh, our ships aren't fully pop them back here. Our ships aren't fully repaired from the first voyage. Certainly don't want to get into a fight when they're already partially I have 30 out of 870. Ugh. We can take that down to about 800 with the change in advisor. Still want that down just a little bit. The inflation. He gained all that territory from Shan. He's going to lose all the territory to Ayuthaya. Almost a palindromic country name there. So we can lower our army maintenance for now. We're not going to use the army, I presume. Unless he starts trying to make a move west, which I doubt he will. Our revolt risk is at 10%, 9% for the recently taken territories. I can live with that for a little while. I think once we peace out of these last two wars, that's where we'll break. We'll reestablish our trade fleets and everything at that point. And I think that's where we'll break for the night. Should be a good stopping point. Okay, we're going to send the fleet back up along the coast and see if we can see if he's got more coastal territory up there somewhere. Okay, there's the one of the potential countries we had for this save. Looks like they're still hanging around. Looks like they may have actually expanded some. They started as OPM. Excellent business environment combined with good harvests were once in a while a blessing for the nation's tax base, generating higher income for the realm. Hey, that's good. 50% tax modifier for a year, or gain 32 immediately. Well, I think 32 immediately is going to end up being better than 50% for 1 year. 50% tax modifier would change that by 4. That would be 48 if my calculations are right, maybe. Yeah, we'll take the 50% modifier. Look at the rebels go. I did look at the right country when I was looking at fleets, didn't I? He's got 22 ships. I've accounted for 1 so far. Oh, India pieced out with, or Delhi pieced out with Baluchistan. Looks like they took a couple more territories up there. Found some Zoo ships and some Divet ships. Still have no idea where he's hiding 22 ships. What are we missing, everybody? I haven't, yeah, I've been by all of his provinces. I found 1 ship docked. I've sailed across, as far as I know, all of his provinces. You can see the ships that are docked when they're when you're next to them. He had 1 light ship here in Malacca, and that was it. I'm going to take another run through. Of course, they could have been out when we passed some of their territories and put back into port at some point too. I don't know. But we'll take another run through and see if we can't find them. Got some strange flags up here. Lots of territory to colonize. Unfortunately, none of it's in range except for those couple down here. That'll change eventually. Nothing here along the coast. Up. There they are. They must have been out at sea the last time we went into the Gulf of Siam. Okay, so we know where they are. We're going to go back into port and repair the ships, and then we'll go blockade them in. Assuming he doesn't peace out here in short order. He's got a severe rebel revolt down here himself. We could prevent him from sending his troops down there, and let the rebels take control of the island down here. He can't cross as long as I'm blockading the strait. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Let the rebels have the island. We can always take it from the rebels at some point. Or wait till his armies get all the way back up north into Kashgar and then put our ships back into port to repair. Rebels should be able to occupy more territory in that time. Okay, we will have to send a missionary out. 0%. We will never convert him until we get some sort of ideas or something to improve our religious conversion capability. Which lends somebody's, I forget who it was that was talking about religious um, the religious idea as the next idea, one of the next idea groups. So he got his troops up there? He has. Okay. So we'll go put it into port and see if he turns his units right back around. We can keep him marching back and forth across the length and breadth of his country. So the horde is starting to take shape up here. Chagtai probably controls a good chunk of this, although Timurids might have some of the internal areas up there. 588. Once we get to 600, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our, well, we'll take a look. Our inflation's at 1.8. Once it gets down to 1.5, we're going to bump the inflation advisor out in favor of a administrative cost reduction. We'll be getting close. It should be pretty close to a wash as to about the right time to get the admin tech. Yep, and he's sending his troops right back down. We'll catch him at the strait again and prevent him from crossing. Hopefully the rebels can actually take control of some of that land and prevent them from you only think you're going to cross those straight. You only think you're going to make it across that strait. You might catch the rebels on that side of the island, but you're not going to cross. I'd love to see this island break away to a separate country here. Look at them go. Where are you going? I'm going to be worried if they turn any further west here. Don't know what they're doing. They're just sitting there. Oh, that was Tibet. They're trying to reclaim it for Tibet, it looks like. Minor revolt there. Not sure. Can you handle that? 28,000 versus 8,000? See if Cyber's kept his troops up to speed. Speaking of up to speed, okay, our war exhaustion's at minimal. Not worried about that. Lots of suppliers are supplying substandard cloth again. We need to get rid of those cloth provinces. Hello, Paradox. How are you doing? You're joining, unfortunately, near the end of a session. We've been running this for 6 hours or so. As you can see, we did successfully form Hindustan here early in the session today. We're doing some consolidation of gains, slow expansion right now while we try to catch up on our tech. It costs us a lot of our administrative points to form Hindustan because we had to bump our stability up to 3 to do it. So our administrative tech is lagging quite badly. So we're in the process of saving those points. Caught up in a couple alliance wars here and there, down to one war. And we're starting to catch on to some of the northern lands here. We've got a third colony plopped down. We've grabbed Diego Garcia here. For my advisors, we've got 2 potential colonies. We have a colonist available, actually. Either the Horn of Africa. Got a... Oh, looks like there's only one left. Swahili took one of the lands that were available. So there's one province left in the Horn of Africa we could grab if we wanted to, or we could grab one of the Indonesian island provinces. I'll need to know that for the next start in case you're not around what your preference is. I have no real preference. The benefit of the Horn of Africa is that gives us access to a lot of ivory and gold provinces. And of course Indonesia is usually spice, tea. So I'm good with either, but like to know in case you're not around tomorrow when I start what your preferences are. In fact, we could technically start the colonization process tonight. Our colonies are not, colonists is not busy. Horn of Africa, okay. Synaptic, Devil, either of you have a weigh in on that? That'll give us some ready-made CBs against Swahili and I guess Adal's over there right now. Okay. I will go ahead and start that process. We can split off our some troops to send over there. Going to keep the same 5k troop stack over there that we've been using for our anti-native revolt patrols. I would imagine we should be piecing out here. I wonder if we could white piece ourselves. Sure, he doesn't like our ships blockading his revolting island. No, he won't white piece us. That's fine. These guys should be ready to peace out soon. I would imagine he's got no army left. Artillery, that's right. Take a look at our force limits. We should be able to build you a couple artillery Artillery guns, 1512. So we'll send the troops over there to quell the natives. And 5 points of mercantilism will do what to our trade? Take our provincial trade power modifier down to 12, I think. I think we can afford the... Oh, I accepted something. I have no idea what I accepted. Oops. Take a quick overview while we wait for the Kachar to peace out over here. Oryat horde's starting to take shape up there. Tibet, Kazakh is up here, looking a little bit big. Persia's done a bit of expansion, as has Delhi. Of course, we've done significant expansion too. As Hindustan, we have claims on most everything, all the way up to almost up to Khorasan, maybe. Bhutan, all the way down through the peninsula. So we've got plenty of claims. We just can't expand too much because of our tech lagging so badly. Okay, we're at 650. We're going to go ahead and replace the know what I forgot to do. Might have been a mistake. We're going to replace our advisor. Inflation reduction. Inflation's down to 1.7. That's enough for me for now. We're going to get the tech cost reduction for administration. Okay, our morale penalty is gone. Okay, we've beat off the natives, so now leave them there while they Mamluks have peaced out. Okay, no big deal, whoever they are. Let's see, so we have how long till we can push that tech? Down to 810 required now, so we need 150 points still. $150 points at 4 points a month. Still going to take a few years. We need this guy to survive long enough to take the throne. Got 12 years till he comes of age. That would put us almost 60 years old, so the timing's just about right, probably.